Good morning, dear students. Today we will read the poem One Inch Tall. This poem is written by Shale Silverstone. Shale Silverstone has written this poem in a very positive attitude. The poem states that when we hold a position, at that time there are both pros and cons of that. It means that in whatever situation or position we are having some good things about that and some bad thing about that. The theme of the poem is the confession of the weakness and the acceptance that a man has his own limitations. This poem is very interesting. Let us read the poem. If you were only 1 inch tall, you would ride a worm to school. The teardrop of a crying ant would be your swimming pool. A crumb of cake would be a feast and last you 7 days at least. A flea would be a frightening beast if you were 1 inch tall. So the whole poem is imaginative. So just imagine that if you would be 1 inch tall, what would you feel? What would you face? So the poet says that if you were 1 inch tall, then you will go to school sitting on a worm. Worm is an insect. And similarly, whenever an ant will cry, that single teardrop of that ant would become your swimming pool. And for food, if we will talk, so if we were 1 inch tall, then a small piece of cake, very small, that is a crumb, a small crumb of cake would be a feast. Feast means that it would be a very lavish luxury dinner for us. And that crumb of cake will last for us till 7 days. That means for 7 days you can eat a very small piece of bread. And a flea, that means a fly or an insect, would become the frightening beast. Now we are in our normal situations, but if we will be 1 inch tall, what will happen? A small house fly or a small insect will become a threatening animal for us if we were 1 inch tall. If you were only 1 inch tall, you would walk beneath the door, and it would take about a month to go down to the store. A bit of fluff would be your bed. You would swing upon a spider's thread, and wear thimble on your head if you were 1 inch tall. So the poet further says that if you are 1 inch tall, you can walk under the door. That means beneath means under it. So if a door is closed and there is a small space down the door, so if you are only 1 inch tall, then you can walk under the door. And if you would like to go out for shopping, then from your home to reach to the shop, it will take approximately a month for you to reach there. And if you want to sleep, then a bit of fluff means any fluffy material like cotton or any soft material would become your bed, and you can also enjoy swinging on a spider web thread. And you can wear thimble on your head. Thimble is a kind of a tool which is worn on the thumb, so that while sewing something, while stitching something, your thumb will not be hurt with the needle. So you can wear the thimble on your head if you as a crown if you are only 1 inch tall. You would serve across the kitchen sink upon a stick of gum. You couldn't hug your mother, you would just have to hug her thumb. You would run from people's feet in fright. To move a pen would take all night. So the poet says that uh, if the kitchen is full of water, sorry, that kitchen sink is full of water, then that will become your swimming pool. And you cannot hug your mother because you are very small and she will be very large in size. So to show your expression of love to her, you can just hug her thumb only because you are very small. And you would also run away from people because you might be having the fear that you will get under their feet. So in the fright, that means you would be afraid of coming under people's feet. And if you would like to lift up a pen, it would take you all night to move a small pen. So that is all there in the poem. If you look this poem in the book, you will find out that in the last in bracket there is written one sentence that this poem took 14 years to write cause I'm just 1 inch tall. So the poet Silverstone here, he made a remarkable line that I took 14 years to write this poem because I am only 1 inch tall. So he's just jokingly telling this thing, and then he is concluding this poem. Hope you have understood the poem. Thank you very much. Have a good day.